Oh, we struggle in all aspects of school.
Yeah.
We had PE down. That was a bad day.
And lunch.
PE and lunch. That has stayed true to form.
Sean Watson, another step back, which I will say a lot of his problem had O-line. 8 sacks.
Yeah.
8 sacks. Good.
It's gonna be back like when Vic came back to the league after the dog hit.
Yes.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine.
Hello. Okay, can you talk?
I can talk.
Okay.
The whole time.
Sorry, my mic was not picking up for some reason. OBS changed settings, but it's working now. So all that things we just said, nobody heard.
Forget that it happened.
Forget that it happened. We are here now, and my audio is working correctly. I'm glad I actually noticed it.
It has happened before where we haven't.
Yes, and I've made the whole show without doing that. So, all right. Anyways, as we were saying, we're going to redo this. We are Benchwarmers Basement Banner.
Weekend, football, we're doing the divisional rounds of the NFL, our spreads and our money line picks. We're also doing the championship game of the CFP.
Yes, and we also have some other picks or bets that we might think we want to make on the weekend. I don't know if Rogers has any. He has not told me, but I know he kind of goes off the cuff as it is. As a person, that is how he is. Just as a person.
Yes. It kind of just works out, guys.
Yes, he just for information for our podcast, dude never looks at the outline.
Not once.
Not once. He just goes by the seat of his pants, and all the funny lines you hear is him reacting to the other stuff me and Woody are doing, basically.
It's kind of my thing.
Yep. So, follow us on Facebook. We got a Facebook page. It's up here on the top of the screen that you see here. As you see, I've updated the screen. We've got like some moving graphics going on for our Discord here. I think it looks pretty sweet. It looks a lot. It looks a lot better than it did. I think that for sure. I'm hiding that it's a computer screen and stuff like that. You don't see my toolbar at the bottom with all the apps and stuff like that. So, but anyways, up at top here for me, because I am on this side, you see our Facebook page, the YouTube, the Twitter, the Discord, and the TikTok. Even though we don't know what's going to happen by TikTok by this Sunday. I am also live. We are also live on Kick. I need to add that in there. I will add that. I will add that soon.
Main source of streaming that we do if TikTok actually gets up.
Yes, we're hoping not, because we have the biggest following on TikTok as anything.
We've got a decent following on TikTok. We've also looked into a thing called Lemon 8, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, that's also a TikTok app, though, so I don't know how that works.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I don't really know how that's going to work then.
Well, we also might be making a Twitch here soon. But yeah, just in general, follow us. If you go to our Discord, That has all of our social medias linked in it as well. And then, of course, you can ask us questions. Me and Rogers are always answering questions or telling people about some bets they might put in. We've got some questions about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a fun place to talk. But all right, let's get started here. I think we decided we're going to go NFL first, and then the national championship game on Monday. Do it last. I haven't really
That's
thought.
not what you said last time.
Well, I made a different decision on the fly. All right.
All right.
Haven't really thought much about other bets for that game, but I don't watch college football as much. Oh, I was gonna say Rogers went 3-5 last week. I had a terrible week of 1-7. Thank you, Ohio State, for not having me go winless. And of course, the Oracle, even though he's like, I don't know nothing about college football, hit both those games and went 5-3. That's what he does. He's the Oracle for a reason. We have Woody back. He's back. He's put in picks for this game. He also put in some other stuff that we're going to talk about. So, without further ado, do you have scores and odds up?
I do have scores and odds up.
Okay, so you can check and make sure these lines have not changed. Texans at Chiefs. Chiefs favored by 8.5.
That is still the accurate spread.
Okay, still the right line. Alrighty.
I think I know where we're going with this.
I don't know. Maybe you don't.
Okay.
All right. So I can.
All right. Well, I want to go with Chiefs win the game. They don't cover the spread.
Fair enough. That is what the Oracle has went with as well, and Woody. Woody gave us a nice little outline or his thoughts on it because that's how Woody rolls. So he says, first and foremost, Chiefs don't cover spreads. They just win. He thinks 2 weeks off will help them more than it hurts. I don't disagree with that.
I agree with all that, yeah.
Both teams very solid D, unlike Woody. Oh, wait, what? Got him. He's not even here. But he said, don't think due to injuries, Texans have enough offensive firepower to pull off the upset. He says
I mean, they're more or less their top two receivers. Two of their top three, anyhow.
Yeah, their top.
I would say they're one and their three are out.
Nah, I still think it's the 2 and the 3. I think Collins is the one.
Okay. Fair.
I think it's
Diggs will
Collins.
tell you he's the one all day.
Diggs will tell you he's the one in more ways than one. But also Mixon's a little banged up as well for this. He's going to play, but he's banged up a little bit. So and he says they're going to make Stroud beat him. Possibly he thinks they were saving Pacheco for the playoffs. I kind of tend to agree with that too. He says Chiefs do what Chiefs do, win by a field goal. He says he even gives a score prediction. He says 2017, so he says under. He says
I agree with that. I think these are two pretty solid defensive teams.
Yeah.
Texans has just got a really good pass rush, which I think has a fairly minimal effect on Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
He moves around in the pocket so well.
He likes the Texans to cover. He likes the under, and he likes Pacheco rush yards. I assume the over on that.
Okay.
You were on the Texans here. I tell you what, this might blow your mind. I'm gonna be on the Chiefs
Cover?
to cover.
Okay. I mean, hey, you know how I feel about playoff Chiefs.
Playoff Chiefs is where I am going with this. Patrick Mahomes is 6-0, and I think in the divisional round, and he has thrown 16 touchdowns to zero interceptions.
Mahomes in the playoffs is unreal. There's a reason he's won 3 Super Bowls.
Yes. Yeah. I do think the Texans defense is good, but I don't think they're going to be good enough. I think that now the Chiefs are healthier now, I think they're going to come out here slinging, and they're going to make everyone think, oh shit, Chiefs are who they thought they probably
Chiefs are
were.
back. Daddy's home.
Yep. Now, I don't think the championship game is going to be that way at all because both those teams that on that other side are more than capable of beating them. But I think the Chiefs are going to cover here, and it may also have to do with how bad I was last week in trying to make a comeback.
Trying to gain some ground.
God, you gained some ground. I would tend to agree on Pacheco's rush yards. And another thing I thought, because Mixon is banged up, I would take the under on his rush yards.
Okay. Who's the backup running back there in
Damian
Texas?
Pierce.
Damian Pierce. I don't know what his numbers are for the day or for the week, but if his over-unders are super, super low, I might hammer them a little bit just because those are fun bets.
That's not a bad one. Pierce, when he came on as a rookie, looked like a board beater, the next, star running back. And then he fell off completely. But, maybe that guy's still in there a little bit.
Maybe he, I don't know. If he gets like 5 or more touches, I think that he could just get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. His over-unders are probably so low.
Yep. Would agree. Any other bets you might like on his? Any touchdown scorers?
Touchdown scores? Give me Travis Kelce.
Okay. I was trying to send you the wave link through the computer. That was the one I was going for.
That's the guy that Patrick Mahomes trusts more than anyone. So if he's got a red zone opportunity, he's going to try to force feed Kelce for sure. That's the guy.
Yep, that's his guy. Exactly. So there's a few bets for you out there. Besides our normal pick'em on that game. So let's move on. I think I did these in order. So that is the first game tomorrow. And then this is the next game. We got Commanders at the Lions. Also at 8.5. Big spreads on Saturday. Big spreads. I think this is Lions all the way. I think the bye week.
Who does cover spreads? The Lions.
Lions. They beat the shit out of the spreads, and they beat the shit out of teams. That is what they do. They are the antithesis of the Chiefs.
Yes.
They're like, we're gonna beat you, and we're gonna do it handedly. And Dan Campbell is daddy.
Dan Campbell is dead, and we're also gonna do some trick plays just because we feel like it.
Yeah, Panay Shule might get to throw a pass or whatever. I think he threw a pass that one. Maybe he caught one. I don't remember.
He's done both this year.
Yeah, because, why not? But seriously, though, they have the offensive firepower. Their defense looked great, which now, that Vikings team, maybe we're putting a little too much stock into them the way they looked against the Rams. I don't know. But they did handily beat them, and Monty's back. So now we got, full Sonic and Knuckles, so they can beat you with the two backs without even needing Jared Goof to do much of anything.
Jared Goff is a great passer when he doesn't have to be. He may go, like, at a game this year, we were 18 of 18 because he didn't have to throw very much.
He did that for 3 straight freaking weeks. He barely missed a pass. For a little
he's not throwing more than 5 yards downfield because he doesn't have to.
No. Well, he does that because they like giving Jameson Williams deep shots.
Yeah.
That is one of their favorite things to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm not saying that they can't throw the deep ball.
Yeah. But, so we got Woody on the Lions. Oracle's on the Commanders here. Kind of surprised me.
Commanders have a tendency of just hanging in there.
They do.
I've got the Lions because I think that we looked it up. They've covered
a lot.
15 of 18 games this year.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Yeah. And then I actually should have learned back. I did see the Chiefs were 0-6 against the spread if they were favored by more than 6 points, because of course they are. Yeah. I went against that. Whatever.
If it was under a touchdown, I would have went Chiefs. But
yeah, fair enough. So Oracle's the only one. Let me read what word he has. He says this is the favorite bet that he has all week is smash the over. Over under is 55.5. Is it still that?
Lions may score that alone.
Yeah, no shit. They might. He thinks that the Lions getting a bye and getting healthier is huge. Might even more important to them than the Chiefs. I would kind of tend to agree. Yeah. They needed it bad.
Oh, yeah. They needed that week. They needed that bye.
He says, all the respect to the world to Daniels, but Lions' overall firepower would be too much. Not real confident. He thinks backdoor covers, but he thinks Lions will barely cover in the shootout. He actually has it Lions 30. He says smash the over, and then he put his score in here as Lions 30, Commanders 20.
Which would be the under.
Which would be the under. He's got
Sure give him crap about that once we're done here.
Oh yes, 100%. I mean, you might should do it right now. Honestly, he did just message us. So, but he's got Lions cover. He's got over. He's got De'Ami Brown's reception yards over. Eckler's receptions. Gibbs touchdown. Be honest.
I don't know. After last week, I'm not gonna touch De'Ami Brown.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing. I was gonna get ready to say I hate that one. I hate that play, honestly. And I like the Gibbs touchdown. I would sprinkle Monty touchdown for sure in there. I think he'll get in for sure.
Yeah, he's their goal line guy.
Yes, and I like the Eckler receptions. I do like that one.
I agree with that. He's usually good for 2 to 3 catches.
Yeah, and it seemed like it was even more. It may not have been, but it seemed like it was more last game, especially with B-Rob not being what he was at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I bet his over-under on reception totals is probably only like 1.5, 2.5. Though.
Probably. I would probably. I think this might be a Amon game as well. I don't know what his over.
Overall, his reception and yards though are so
Yeah,
high.
that's
usually.
the problem. I was gonna say maybe receptions. I would
Usually
think.
they said his over-under on receptions around the 8.5 to 9.5 range, and his yards are usually somewhere around 100.
I'm gonna look up some lines on this. What are some ones you might like in this game?
I like a Laporta touchdown.
Okay, I thought about that one too.
All about those tight end touchdowns.
You do like
especially in the playoffs.
You do like tight end touchdowns. You really do.
The red zone guys, man.
That they are for sure. Amon Ra, Ford. Okay, that's alternate.
I think Amon Ra was also for most of the season just about a lock for a touchdown.
A lot.
When he would only have a low amount of yards, he was always there in touchdowns. Like that's fantasy.
Ooh, I like anytime first half touchdown scorer for Monty. It's plus 155. Oh. I had a fun bet I thought about earlier for this game. Under 6.5 punts, which I think was at plus money. It was like plus 140.
Okay. I mean, either of those teams punt. Very
Exactly. And no punts was plus 2,000. I would throw money on it too, to be honest about it.
Just for fun.
Just for fun. But I remember like
No way do I actually expect this to hit, but I'm throwing $10 on it.
Yeah, because there's no other game that it would even possibly hit. So, but I do like the under 6.5 punts is a lot for this game for the way these offenses are.
I agree with that.
So you got a Laporta touchdown, maybe an Amon Ra. I like Monty first half as well as just in general anytime. Might throw both of those in there.
Under 6.5 punts may be the best bet of the playoffs.
Yeah, right, right. When I seen that, I was like, oh, that's a guarantee. So, all right, let's move to this next game, the first one on Sunday. Rams at Eagles. Eagles favored by 6. That's still correct.
I've got them at 6.
6. Okay, I heard that one had moved maybe a little bit, but wasn't sure. The Oracle's on the Eagles. Woody's on the Eagles. It's supposed to be a blizzard. It's supposed to be like 6 inches of snow come down. And it's supposed to be cold. So that is something, I think, that needs to be taken into effect here. Because I think it's supposed to be like 7.
Actually terrifying for Eagles fans, in my opinion, because I don't think Jalen Hurts plays very good in the snow. Or in the cold.
Yeah, but I think it doesn't matter with this team the way they're built now. Because they're going to hand off to Saquon.
Yeah.
in that, and Jalen can keep it too.
Right.
So that makes me. I'm going Eagles because of that. I may have been with Eagles anyways, but I definitely think because of that. Before you give your pick, because you might be different, I'll go with what Woody has to say here. Going
Okay.
with he has the over under at 45.5. Is that correct?
Uh, oh, yeah, 43.5 now.
Oh, 43.5. Um, any which ways. So he looked at it and it's went down because of the weather for sure. I still think I like the under here for sure.
I think so too.
Um, he says Eagles to win. He thinks cover the spread and like the under. He's like Rams are traveling across the country and into the blizzard against that Eagles defense, which is the best defense in football. Um, he thinks it's a nearly impossible task. Both teams have offensive firepower, but weather makes me lean under and go with the better team or the team with the better run game, which I tend to agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, Saquon's the best running back in football. So
And Eagles have top 2 line in football. So, yeah. Rams D looks
that being
scary
said,
against.
I
You're going to
I'm
opposite.
gonna go.
That's fair.
I'm going Rams.
There we go.
Cover the spread, but not win the game.
There we go. We have not had a lock yet, and we aren't having a lock today. I think. Let me look. Nope.
Lock's already dead.
The locks are dead. They went 1-3 last week. Only Ohio State got us there.
Yeah.
So you say Rams. He's got 23-13 as the score here.
3-13.
He says Eagles cover under. He says Barkley touchdown. Yeah, I agree with that for sure.
Barkley touchdown I love, but I'm guessing that's probably going to be like minus 200.
Yeah. He says Barkley over on rush attempts, and I would probably give a Jalen Hurts touchdown as well, which might be also under.
I mean,
too.
over on Kenneth Gainwell touches.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Dallas Goddard. Think he might score another tutty too. Kind of game
I mean, after he just straight sunned the Packers.
Yes, but I think it's
Give that man the football.
this weather kind of lends itself to that.
Yeah.
Any other ones you might like?
I mean, I like the under. 43.5 is still it's low, but I still think that this could be like a 20-17 game.
Woody has it 23-13.
I'm gonna say it's 20-17 or 20-10. Like
Yeah,
that.
I would tend to agree there for sure.
The offense last week that the Eagles showed in good conditions left a little to be desired.
Yeah, I would agree.
So
AJ Brown
I'm
did.
gonna go with the under. I like the under in this one.
AJ Brown, I don't even think got a touch last week. If it was a little
Also,
bit,
give me the over on sacks, like total sacks.
total sacks. I like that because I think Hurts is going to run the ball, and I think that could get you
And
some
they may get
sacks.
some cheap ones.
Yep. I like that play. I like that play. I wish the Oracle threw some random bets in here. He's no fun. He's too worried about his record.
Yeah, I mean, this could be how bad Sam Darnold was, but that Rams pass rush looked last week.
Did you see the you may not have seen it, the thing with the Raiders and the Rams where the Rams in the third round the Raiders drafted Byron Young. There was 2 Byron Youngs in the draft. They called the Rams guy first, and then they hung up. And then they drafted the other one who was actually had an undrafted grade on him. He was only supposed to be a free agent. Everyone thinks they might have accidentally drafted the wrong guy.
I love that.
That is so Raiders.
Yeah.
That is so Raiders to draft the wrong guy. So instead,
Kind of might have accidentally drafted them.
yeah, they may have drafted the wrong Byron Young.
That is very Raiders. You're right.
Yes, for sure, for sure. All right, the best game of the weekend, by far, even with the national championship game.
This could be the real Super Bowl.
Honestly, yeah. This could be an all time we talk about this game forever kind of game. Actually, it's not supposed to snow. It's supposed to be like 32 in Buffalo. I think it's in Buffalo.
Yeah, they're both cold weather teams. So,
Yes,
I mean, I
yes.
don't think it'd be anything relevant as far as that goes.
Yeah,
except
but
for just like under.
I thought unless it was like that game that they played San Francisco this year.
I mean, if it was super cold and snowy, I would be very concerned as a Bills fan because the run game for the Ravens is significantly better.
I see. I don't think it is. I think it's. I don't think it's better, but I don't think it's significantly better.
I mean, Lamar's a better runner than Allen. Wow,
Yes.
struggled with that. And also, Derrick Henry is significantly better.
There, I would give the Ravens a 10. I would give the Bills an 8.
Okay.
Is where I would say. Oh man, I want the Bills to be in the Super Bowl, but I just had a thought of the Ravens run game against the Lions run game.
That would be an interesting game.
That would be very interesting.
I'd still give the Ravens the edge.
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't know. That's close. You also got to throw in Jameer Gibbs and his catching ability in there. But that's close.
Yeah.
But anyways, on this game, we're already split. Woody's got the Ravens. Ravens by 1.5, correct? Still the line?
Correct.
I've not seen that change at all. That would
There's 0.5.
honestly feel like 0.5 probably should be what it is, to be completely honest about it. But it's still basically a pick 'em. But Ravens favored by 1.5 going to Buffalo. We got Woody on the Ravens. Oracle's on the Bills. Woody says his heart still says Bills, but his head keeps saying Ravens, which will be much closer than Week 4, which we already said that on our podcast.
Oh, yeah. There's no way
That's
that
not
happens.
happening. Bills with Milano back, and their D is much better. He says, I'm leading Ravens with the monster run game and O-line, but could also see Josh Allen turning into Superman. Best game all weekend. Bills do have edge in receiving core, and it does not look like Flowers will play.
Okay. Yeah.
That was said. He is doubtful. He thinks Cooper might show up, but he's afraid of that. Because the Ravens' pass D is still not great.
Right.
Run D is the best in the league, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Yep.
But their pass is
the
not.
pass D leaves little to be desired.
Yes, and that's also I think a little bit significant. I think Josh can definitely take advantage of that
Oh, you can sling it.
for sure. He thinks Ravens win and cover. He says he smashes the over. Is the over 51.5?
Yeah, it's 51.5.
Okay. He likes Josh Allen and Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. He likes both quarterbacks rush yards. And he likes...
I would honestly parlay those two for a touchdown.
Yes. Yeah, I would too. And he likes...
Derrick Henry by itself is not going to be juicy at all.
I like that, and I would... And he says sneaky play, but I would parlay it with Amari Cooper reception yards over. I kind of like that parlay.
Okay.
I don't know what the odds are, but I like it.
I like it.
I think Dalton Kincaid catches a touchdown. And Mark Andrews catches a touchdown as well.
Who's on the tight ends now?
Exactly. And I'm going Bills here. Would not surprise me to have a
Ravens.
1 point game.
I'm going Ravens because I've got them in my Super Bowl.
Yes.
And I do like the over on Derrick Henry yards. I think that they're going to feed him all some this week. Maybe I don't know what Josh Allen's rush yards are, but he's been darn good at rushing the ball. for quite a while. I think it was like 80-some yards last game.
I think so.
I like that. And I'm hammering that over. That 51.5, this is lower than the Lions game. And these are two better offenses, arguably.
The Lions are with them. Obviously, with that Bills game. We forget the Bills beat the Lions.
Yeah, I think that this has a
but
chance.
The Ravens are...
They'll face each other.
The Ravens are better than the Commanders. Or the Bills are better than the Commanders' offense. As a whole, these two offenses are better than that game. So, yeah,
yes.
I would agree with the over on that. Bills have shown an ability to get lit up. They got lit up a decent amount. Well, maybe it was just 2 straight weeks with the Rams and the Lions. But they did. But I think the Ravens can get lit up as well.
Light up everybody.
Yeah, and I think the Ravens can get lit up as well.
Yeah,
they have.
Division.
Yeah, Burrow likes to light them up pretty well.
Yeah, I think Jameis Winston lit him up pretty
Yes, he did.
one time.
Yes, he did. Oh, the Browns and their fun moves. So, yeah, there we go. There's some of our NFL bets, and then we're going to move on to the national championship game, guys. Ohio State favored by 8.5. That's still correct?
Ooh.
You got to move to a different tab. And
Yes.
then over under 46.5.
Yep, that's what it was. Pretty much all week. It's been right around the 46 page.
Yeah,
I think that
I don't think
last week that he loves that.
Yes, he does. He is impressed with Notre Dame making it this far, but he thinks that Ohio State has too much offensive firepower, especially with the wide receivers and the running back tandem. He says it might be a boat race, and he says OSU cover. He did not give an over-under. Would he?
Well, this is what he said during the filming Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
That he liked that over.
Okay. Oracle's on Notre Dame here. Would love to know.
Okay.
Would love a little recap of why he is there, just because I could say it.
I'm on Notre Dame to cover.
You're on Notre Dame to cover.
I don't think they'll win the game.
What is your rationale?
My rationale is that because they haven't beat anyone doesn't mean that they can't beat anyone. They've played really well against good competition.
Yep. I would agree with that. I just think Ohio State needed that Michigan loss to wake up the best team in the country.
This isn't like a TCU team that comes in and gets mopped in the
No.
national championship.
No.
They actually had a playoff where they had to beat really good teams to get here.
Yes. Well, how is that?
So
TCU beat Michigan that year.
I mean, okay, fine.
I'm just poking holes there. TCU beat Michigan to make it to that national title, and then Michigan won the national title in the next year.
Yeah, well, they're not going to get stomped like TCU. Okay?
Yes.
How about that?
That's fine, but I still think Ohio State covers. there's so much room in
I think
that.
my thing with almost all of these games that the spreads have been too big. I don't like the size of these spreads. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with my guns there. I don't like the size of these spreads.
I think Texas is a better team than Notre Dame, and Ohio State covered.
I think Penn State's a better team than a lot of the teams that would have been ranked higher than this Notre Dame.
Both rationale. That's why we're here. I like Travion Henderson, anytime touchdown scorer, and I like the over for Jeremiah Smith on whatever his yards are, because I think he's gonna go off.
Okay.
He didn't have a game against Texas. I think he's chomping at the bit, saying I am the best player in college football, and I'm gonna show it right here.
I like it.
Do you have anything?
I don't know any games very well in college, so I don't really have any pops on this. I don't watch enough college bets or college games to give bets on it.
Those are really the only two I know. And I know that Travion Henderson, I think, has scored a touchdown in every playoff game for Ohio State.
Okay.
And then that one against Texas right at the end of the second half after Texas went down and scored, where he just left everybody at the 10-yard line and looked like he looked significantly faster than Texas, and Texas is fast.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. I don't even know what year he is, but he's a good running back. I think he'll probably be a pretty decent NFL running back too.
Yeah.
So no locks at all for the pick'em. We got 2 games for 50-50. The other 3 games we got Stat Guy Island, Oracle Island, Rogers Island.
Rogers Island is a very scary place, guys.
Not as scary as Oracle Island. But Oracle Island is on the island on the game, I think, is like the no doubter to me, honestly. Which is not good, because that's the kind of rationale that he has, and it always freaking works out in his favor. Sometimes you think he's lucky on this shit.
Yeah.
So, alright, guys. We just wanted to get off here. If you're watching this, by the way, before I end this, if you're watching this and you're from TikTok and you happen to come here, we did get our live access revoked. By the way,
We'll be back Monday.
well, allegedly, unless it shuts down. But then Trump says he's going to bring it back, so we don't know what's happening there. We're posting our shorts on there. We can still post our shorts on there, so enjoy that while it's there. Enjoy TikTok while it's still here. If it comes back, we've got ideas for what we're going to do, because they were clearly watching us there at the end and took away our live access for a week. But go follow all the other social medias. Like I said, they're up top here. If you want to do the up top for your half of the screen. All right. If you guys got any bets that you want to ask questions about, join the Discord link. Send us in. There's a betting questions and betting wins text channel in the Discord. So you can join that. You can send our questions. Myself, Rogers, and Vought will critique them. Maybe Woody too. I don't remember if he has. I know he's in there and he's an admin, but he's not said anything about it, so he may not actually even.
He's not.
He probably does not have the app.
Yeah,
he probably don't have the app on his phone.
Alex, I gotta go.
Yes. I was gonna let you go. So.
All right, man. We'll catch you guys next.
Peace.
Peace. All right, go talk down dinner real quick.